when you come to a place like EdRev, it's like you're in your own club. You don't have to convince anyone that our kids are smart and brilliant and are going to do great things in the world.
Many of these children have never met other kids that had these issues, and they become, they realize they have a tribe and they're not alone, and we all know how important that is. It's a profile that's very poorly understood, and it has so much potential. These kids are very, very bright, creative, innovative. I think all the parents know that about their kids.
I always knew something wasn't right, like something wasn't clicking for me. I couldn't read, I couldn't write, I couldn't do math. EdRev is, I feel like it's a place where you can talk openly about your LD and be in a room with other people who also struggle with their learning difference.
Well, I went to a seminar about anxiety and depression, and even though there was mostly just parents there, I think it was really, really helpful to most of them, and even to me, just to see from their perspective, like what it was like to deal with a child and how they felt about it and how much they cared about their children. I thought it was really sweet.
If you are not one of the 1 in 5, just like we said, your neighbor is, your niece is, your cousin is. And so this is not something that we can separate out of our society.
Having a learning difference to me used to be really scary because I didn't know really what it meant, because I didn't know what dyslexia was. But now I've sort of learned to accept it, and I've kind of learned that it's not a bad thing, learning that it's okay. You're not defined by it. It's just a word, and it just is something that you have to deal with and kind of overcome.
So if you are one of the 5, count it all joy. Be unapologetic about whatever your challenge is. Seek out the people who will step out for you, and be willing, even where you are in the moment, to step out for someone else.
I think a lot about how great this is for the kids, but also about the parents.
And I think that's one of the most important things about EdRev, is that there's something for everybody.
The desire then to help parents or older adults understand too that they didn't have to suffer any longer, they didn't have to keep hiding it, they didn't have to be embarrassed about it.
We came to EdRev today to support our son, learn new information, and find out about alternative schools and educators and resources.
It is a celebration, but it's also very important therapy for the whole family.
Having an LD used to make me feel like that's a bad thing and like I should hide it, and now having an LD, it makes me feel like it's not even that it's not bad, but that it's like an actual advantage.
I think it's the community that comes together here. I spent years talking to parents about the fact that they weren't alone, that their neighbors or their friends at church probably had kids with the same problems, but no one talked about it. EdRev this year had an underlining desire to make this accessible to everyone.
Really what we need is something that's advertised as by the kids for the kids. And I had a dad come up to me that very first time. He came up to me and cried. He said, I was a non-believer and this did it. And he said, you guys need to fill this stadium. Everybody needs this.
All of us have an opportunity and a responsibility to help someone else. To be the one when someone comes into our life and they ask, where do I go, where do I hide when the world hurts too much? That we be the ones to say, come to me.